Hello, Higgins. It's me, Nanagens, coach of the Panhandle Pollies, coming to you with my Week 2 match versus Vibe, coach of the Dallas Duckletts. Alrighty, so in this matchup, we have some issues that we immediately run into. Mainly, like, Rillaboom runs over my team with a Sword Stance set. Really, my only answers to it are Unaware Clefable and like Gorgeist, because he gets knockoff or superpower plus grassy glide and just kind of can run everything over. So the things that we ran for Rillaboom were we had the Unaware Clef for one. We had Scarf Miltank with Sap Sipper and Cobra Berry Gorgeist. So I don't take too much damage from a knockoff, and then after my item is gone, I can revenge him with a burn, and then just completely wall him and out damage him essentially. Tapu Lele is kind of an issue, but really you just have to find out if it's the Scarf set or the Spec set, and then just try to play around that the best you can. I didn't run any priority moves except for Extreme Speed on Lucario. Specifically because I didn't want to get to click anything. I also ran a Dragon Dance set, so if I got a Dragon Dance up, I'd be faster if it was Scarfed. And I ran Scarf Miltank with Steel Roller to eat its terrain, and also one-hit KO it. Rotom Wash was a pretty big issue, and I actually thought about bringing Lantern for this matchup, but I didn't. Just because Lantern is like alright, but everything else on this team, even like Incineroar, really just comes in for free on this thing. So it just wasn't worth bringing. Plus, like, if he did bring Go-Go with Grassy Pelt or Sap Sipper, I don't know, it could have just been an issue. It walled Magneton, which would have been nice, but I wasn't super worried about Magneton. I was actually, I knew these 5 Pokemon were coming. I was mainly worried about like Swanna, Illumise, or Carkol coming. Carkol, literally all it needed to do was set up rocks, and I was pretty hurt for that entire matchup. Because that was his only rock setter. Thankfully, he didn't bring Carkol. Illumise literally could have come and just pushed T-Wave on things, and it would have ruined my day. Because I always have to run Heal Bell on this team. Because I'm super weak to statuses. And Swanna, I don't know what this thing does. I wanted to bring a Lantern to wall it. But I couldn't, so I brought a Thunder Punch on something. But anyway, so that's enough. Incineroar comes in, intimidates, switches out. You know what he does. He's bulky, he never dies. Zygarde, same thing. You just have to figure out if it's a Choice Scarf set, Dragon Dance set, or Choice Band set. Once you figure that out, you just play around it. So this is a pretty long game. I'm going to go fast mode and just only really comment on turns that matter. Like turn 1. So we start with our Lucario, and he starts with Incineroar. I lead Lucario just completely on a whim, just thinking like Lucario doesn't do that much in this matchup, but he doesn't really do that bad versus anybody in this matchup. So let me zoom in actually. Look at that. Nice. Yeah, that's nice. We like that. Alright. So Lucario gets, I run Adrenaline Orb just because like I need to outspeed Lele just in case it does come. So I think alright, so if I get my Lucario set up, because there's no way he stays Incineroar because I one-shot it with Aura Sphere, I just win game. So I go for an Aura Sphere, and he goes for a good switch into Rotom Wash. So I start nasty plotting up because it really, I think to myself, what can he do? He Volt Switches, which does a lot of damage to me. And then he goes into Magneton, which was the Pokemon I didn't prep for at all in this matchup. And Lucario kills, or doesn't kill it, he has Sturdy, which I had no idea he had Sturdy. And then I die for it. So I lose a Sweeper really early, and that's kind of my most offensive Mon. So I thank him for letting me kill Magneton, because he loses kind of a bulky Pokemon. And then it just goes on forever. I eat this knockoff of a Cobra Berry, so I don't take any dark type damage. And now I wall it. And then I switch out, or we both switch out I get my Dragonite in to try and Dragon Dance up. And I kind of just misplay and keep Dragon Dancing and get a little bit greedy, which I didn't really need to. Then I get burned for it, which is rough. But I ran a Lumberry specifically to avoid getting burned. And very unfortunate, the Incineroar Intimidate really helps that lowering the attack. Because it ended up making it so I couldn't one-hit KO this Rotom, which really, really mattered. Because if I one-hit KO this Rotom, I don't get burned. And then I outspeed this guy. And, yeah. Would have been different. What was I running? Dual Wing Beat. I should have pushed Dual Wing Beat on that switch out because I knew that he was going to switch. Bad play on my part. And then I switch into Clefable, take a Psychic, which I shouldn't have done. I really hope for a Poison right here. I don't get it. And then I have to suffer with a really good Rotom set where he does Pain Slip. And now I'm kind of in a losing condition right now. Thankfully, my Gourgeist takes an Outrage, and once you push Outrage, you're locked into it, so I can switch in my Fairy type and get a free turn. So I get a Soft Boiled up to get back to full HP. The Pain Split. If I get full HP, he gets full HP too, so it's kind of an L that I have to take, but I'm willing to take it. Because if we're both at full HP, he's not doing damage to me, and I'm not doing damage to him. And I can out-tank him. So I get a Heal Bell off. I cure my burn on my Dragonite, so I can hopefully use him later in the game. I switch my Slowking Galore to get some more Regenerator off. And it just totally walls Lele, so, you know, there's not much it can really do. I get Dragonite back in. You know, I don't want Dragonite to get burned again, because I don't want to waste a turn Heal Belling. So Gourgeist comes in, takes a burn, uses Synthesis to get some more HP on a free turn. Gourgeist also totally walls this Rotom, which I didn't realize until about this turn, because Pain Split is a normal type move. And Gourgeist is Ghost type, which means he's immune. So all I have to do is keep pushing Synthesis whenever Rotom's here. And shoutouts to Grassy Glide and Leftovers, saving that Clef later in this matchup. So Gourgeist comes back out on this Rillaboom. Rillaboom can't do anything to it. And right here I keep healing because I do not want to reveal that I have Will-O-Wisp on this thing because it needs to get this burn off of this Rillaboom. Otherwise, Rillaboom will just have insane sweeping potential. Then I notice, oh shit, he's starting to bulk up on Incineroar, and this is not a set I expected. Thankfully, he did not run attack EVs on this Incineroar. If he ran attack EVs, specifically this next Flare Blitz, that kills me. If he ran even like one EV in it, I think I would have died. But he keeps going for bulk up, not realizing that this is an unaware Clef. And I'm gonna eventually outdamage him because he didn't invest. And he Flare Blitz self-implements or recode damage. And I can just keep on pushing Soft Boiled in front of him until he's dead. So he loses all those turns of bulk up, which is very unfortunate for him, very fortunate for me. I get a Heal Bell, so Gourgeist is able to, you know, maybe come in and push buttons later in the game. Really good taunt on their part to shut down my Clef, but it does mean I get a free switch into anything I want. So I get out of Future Sight with my Cloaking. I think this was a misplay pushing the Defog to get rid of Rocks when I am slower than him. But what can you do? I'll take the free turn. I'll take the Pain Split. I'm okay with it. Getting a special attack drop is pretty cool because that means Volt Switch does less damage. He's just going to keep Pain Splitting at this point. So I gotta force him to switch out eventually. He switches out eventually. We get Rillaboom back in. And then I think we go right to Gourgeist, like we always do, because that's what we're going to do in this matchup. And then he, I think it's this turn. No, it's not this turn. He sacks Incineroar to the Rocks, which is awesome for me. And and I still don't reveal that I have a Will-O-Wisp yet. And I'll take this burn. It's okay with me. I'll do less. I won't kill this Rotom, which is totally fine because it will get whittled down eventually. He'll Volt Switch out. We're back on Boom, and I hit a Power Whip on it, which hits a crit, which is nice for the long term because it means he will have less HP. And thankfully, Grassy Terrain is over, which means he can't Grassy Glide me anymore. He can knock off me, but now because he's burned, I completely wall him, and he can't. Like this is a times 2, and it's not doing anything to me. So I just keep pushing Synthesis until he dies from burn damage. And this Rotom not being booted means it's taking so much chip damage, even with the leftovers. It's basically taken as much chip as it has healed from leftovers, which is pretty cool for me. And then I get a death with a Poltergeist, which is cool. Gourgeist always gets 1 and then dies. It does its job. And then I die to a Psychic crit, which I don't know if kills no matter what. But finally, we get Miltank on the field in front of the Tapu Lele. We push Steel Roller, get a good kill. That's 1-hit KO. And then he goes right next to his other Terrain Setter, which is great for me. So I take the Sap Sipper, and I Steel Roller again, because I'm choice locked. My one misplay in this endgame is that I think I should have switched Miltank out with anything, really. And because realistically, Rillaboom couldn't kill anything. And then I could have switched Miltank back in and gotten those kills with not Steel Roller. But overall, I think I played really great this game. I was really scared at the beginning when I lost my Lucario. It was really rough. But as soon as I, calmed down a little bit and got some momentum going, losing Lucario sucked, but him losing Magnetron also sucked. But Magnetron realistically wasn't doing much this matchup except for checking Clef. And it not being there to check Clef was pretty rough for him, I think. Overall, he did play really good. A few misplays, like not prepping for Unaware Clef because he forgot it existed. His words, not mine. And not knowing Steel Roller is a move, which, Gen 8 moves, I think. What can you do? But he did play really good. I think Boots should have been on Rotom Wash. But, I think his Magnetron set was Specs, which is pretty cool. And it didn't reveal that, it wasn't item revealing or anything, so that was cool. I think he did play pretty good. I just prepped really, really hard for his team, and I think it ended up in my favor. Because I could just heal with all my mons. But GG's vibe. This was a really great match, and I really wish you luck to the rest of your season. Bye!